as the word Christian kind of falls on hard times, I think Christians in America are more frequently referring to themselves as, well, I'm a Jesus follower, which is great. So here's the question. Okay, you're following Jesus. Where are we going? Where is he taking it? Because it's not just a metaphor. It's actually, we're going to do something. We're going to live our lives a certain way. And if you answer that from the perspective of the New Testament, you realize, dude, you're going straight towards the mess, because that's where God's at work in the world. And I've read endlessly about religious surveys. There's companies that they do religious surveys, and you almost always discover that one of the things they find out about church life in America is that there's a lot of bored people there. And then, obviously, in America, really anywhere in the world, we're surrounded by every brand of suffering you can imagine. I realized that if these bored church people would start to take care of these messy but very distressed people out in the world, several things would happen. They'd stop being bored, these people would be helped, God would be honored, and the world might start to think differently about the church, because we were actually loving the world rather than just telling them, you should stop doing whatever it is you're doing. If you read the New Testament, there's several places where Jesus says, follow me. In fact, that's the first thing he says when he meets his disciples. And if you read carefully after he says that, the disciples start to follow him, and he starts hanging out with, sketchy businessmen and prostitutes, and the Bible calls them zealots. If we were translating that into 21st century, those were terrorists. Those were men that were committed to the violent overthrow of the Roman government. Follow me, Jesus says, and that's where he goes. So that's kind of what the book's about. It's about moving toward the mess, because it's messy out there. There's the formulas don't work. You feel unprepared. You feel like you're going to make mistakes. You don't know what you're going to do. But that's just where Jesus called us, right out into the mess.